Now, as we're getting a little bit closer to the end of the stuff that I want to talk about, I'm going to cover a little bit about efficiency and student loan repayment if you're going towards forgiveness. Like I touched on earlier, student loan forgiveness is generally only available for federal student loans in the federal student loan program. So what that essentially means, if you're talking about private student loans or have private student loans, this isn't necessarily going to apply to you. So if you're working towards federal student loan forgiveness, if you're looking at either teacher loan forgiveness or public service loan forgiveness, that is a great goal to work towards if it makes sense and works for you. When it comes to teacher loan forgiveness, this one's going to require you to work 5 years at a low-income school, and you could be eligible up to $17,500 in student loan forgiveness. What I will caution you with this particular program, not every teacher who's working at a low-income school is eligible for that $17,500 in forgiveness. To be eligible for the $17,500 in student loan forgiveness under the teacher loan forgiveness program, you have to be determined to be a highly qualified teacher teaching in a secondary school in the subjects of mathematics or science, or be teaching in an elementary or secondary school level to children with special needs, like a special education program. If you don't meet that criteria, we'll definitely put a link so you can see all the details about that in the description. But if you don't meet that criteria, then you may only be eligible for $5,000, so something to keep in mind. If you have lower debt, maybe under that $5,000, or you're working towards that $17,500 because you meet the criteria and you only have like $15,000 in loans, that might be totally worth it for you. But if you have more student loan debt than that, then you might want to consider something like public service loan forgiveness, which is an option for a lot of teachers out there. Not all teachers, but a lot of teachers out there. So this program is not specific to teachers, but teachers know this. You can't have both. You can't have teacher loan forgiveness and public service loan forgiveness. You have to pick one or the other. So if you have higher debt and it's not going to be covered by that, I would recommend that you work towards public service loan forgiveness. Let me just state how public service loan forgiveness works as a whole before we get into those details. Public service loan forgiveness is for people who work for eligible public service employers who make 120 on-time payments, which do not need to be consecutive, by the way, under an eligible repayment plan for eligible loans. Tying this all back to student loan repayment efficiency. If you have high loan debt and you qualify for one of these forgiveness programs, that could be an efficient way to help you repay your student loan debt. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the answer for everyone. They could have more than just federal student loans. They could have too high of an income to qualify for one of those income-driven repayment plans and really see any sort of relief from something like a public service loan forgiveness. But if that is what you are working towards and you meet the criteria and you make sure that you're going to qualify, it is a very efficient way to help you repay your debt because you might not have to pay as much total overall. But it's going to be a case by case if that's the case. That's essentially what I wanted to cover today. Let me know in the comments if I covered everything or if you have any additional questions or if there's any other things that you want to know about, because I'm more than happy to look at the comments to come up with new topics to help you guys throughout this process. Once again, my name's Elaine Rubin, and do not forget to subscribe to the Edvisors YouTube page. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.